Welcome back to my digital diaries. In today's video from our Frontend Developer course, we continue our React series with one of the most important core concepts, and that is props and state. These two concepts are the foundation of how data works inside React components, and once you understand them properly, React will start making a lot more sense. So make sure you watch till the end, and if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get started. In React, two core concepts control how components behave and display data, and that is prop and state. Every dynamic React application runs on these two pillars. Many developers get confused between them at first, but once you understand the difference, React becomes much easier and more powerful to use. In this section, we will understand props and state using a simple real-world home example, so you will never forget it. Let's imagine that every component is a home. So in this home, some things are from outside and some things belong inside. These two ideas perfectly represents props and state. Props is things sent from outside, state things are controlled inside. So let us go in detail. You can see a parcel here, that parcel box. This represents props in React. Just like a parcel, they are sent by someone else. You don't decide what comes, you only receive and use them. These parcels are called props in React. You don't control what comes in the parcel, someone else has decided and sent it. Similarly, in the React, props are sent by parent component. The child component has no control over what data it receives. On the right hand side, we see a wardrobe with clothes. This represents the state. These clothes belongs to you. You can change them, you can rearrange them, you can replace them anytime, and these are the things you own, you control, and you can change anytime. Similarly, in React, state is fully owned by the component. You are free to update it. Let's go more in details about props and state. Props always comes from the parent component. The child never creates its own prop. The child component only receives the prop, just like receiving a parcel at your doorstep. You should never change prop directly. Props are read-only. You are free to display, format and use props in your UI however what your need is. So if you talk about states is created and stored inside the component itself. You can update state using set state or use state. When the state changes, React automatically re-renders the UI. The looks and behavior of the component change instantly. To summarize, props comes from outside and cannot be changed. State lives inside and can be changed anytime. So this is the core foundation of how React works dynamically. Now that the basics are clear, let's quickly look at the key features of props and state. Props are read-only inputs that flow from a parent component to a child component. This means the child can use this data, but it cannot change it. This is how components communicate with each other in React. So props allows you to pass data from one component to another, typically from parent to child. Props are read-only. A child component cannot modify the props it receives. This keeps data flow predictable and safe. Unidirectional flow. Props follow a unidirectional data flow. That means data moves only in one direction, and that is from parent to child. This makes debugging and application behavior very easy to understand. Function-like analogy. Just like a function receives values as parameters, a component receives values through props. Reusability. Props makes component reusable. the same component can behave differently just by receiving different props. State is the component's internal data storage. State is built-in object that stores data about component. It represents values that change over time due to some user action, maybe API calls or other events. Unlike props, state is mutable. State can be updated. You are allowed to update state whenever required. Local to the component. So state is local to the component. It cannot be accessed directly by other component unless it is passed as props. When state changes, React automatically re-renders the component. This means UI update instantly to reflect the new data. In functional components, state is managed using the hooks. Another key concept in React, that is hooks. So in components, state is managed using the useState hook. This is how modern React application handles state. Now that we understand the theory behind the props and state, let's look at a practical code example to clearly see how props and state actually works in real React application. So this is an example of the prop. So in this, our parent component is called app. Inside the return statement, we are rendering the another component called greeting. Now notice this line carefully, greeting name Jitendra. Here we are passing a value called name with the value Jitendra from the parent component app to a child component greeting. The greeting receives this value in this variable name, and inside the return statement we display the value as it is. So when this component renders, the output becomes hello Jitendra. This clearly shows that the parent sends this data, that is name, which child receives it and displays it whatever way it want to display. But this child is not modifying the props value. That is the thumb rule of prop. Now let's move to the state. This is an example of a state. In the first line, you will see we are importing useState from React. So this is a type of a hook. Now what are hooks, that we are going to see in the next video. But right now, just remember, this is a hook which we are using, and hooks are used to manage state. So this is basically a counter component where on click of a button we are increasing the counter. Now just look at this line. This is very important line in state. This is how you are using the state. Constant count comma set count is equal to useState 0. What this mean? Count is a state variable. Set count is the function used to update the state, and the 0 is the initial value of the state. Now if you come to the return statement, here we are displaying the count, that is a state variable. Now how we are managing this count variable? Look at this on click event where we are calling a set count function which is increasing count value, and once you do whatever the operation you are doing, that value is getting set into the count. So now if you click on click, it will get increased and the count will get displayed. The updated value will be shown instantly on the UI. This proves the state can change. State belongs to the component itself, and changing state automatically updates the UI. And with that, we come to the end of our session on props and state in React. I hope this video helped you to clearly understand how data flows using props and how dynamic changes happens using state. These two concepts are absolutely essential for building real-world React application. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to My Digital Diaries. Also, you can join our channel membership program. In the next video, we will move on to another exciting and practical React concept, that is hook. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.